welcome back to Bad Work Friends. It's me, Farmer, hosting with the other guy, H Dog, and Technologically Impaired, which is our guest for the evening. The topic for today is going to be flat Earth and a few other theories that I find interesting. So, first off, I want to get everybody's opinion on flat Earth. Where do you guys all stand?
I agree that the Earth is flat.
The Earth is round.
Clearly
Science.
it's round. Why? How else do you go downhill?
But you can go uphill too.
Yeah.
Why would
So
they
it's
make
not
globes?
flat. It goes up and down.
Why would you make globes if the Earth was flat?
They make maps that are flat.
Yeah, but they also make globes.
No, but that doesn't prove anything. That's just a ball. So I'm glad we have a little diversity here on what we all believe.
I always went off of the theory like if you have the plate, you can put water on it, but if you have a ball, you put water on it, it just falls out.
That's why we have gravity. We have gravity. A gravitational field that keeps the water on the Earth.
And that's what science says, right?
Yes.
So,
but you can take the smallest magnet you can find and pick up a paper clip, and that's defying gravity, and yet it's supposed to hold all this water on a ball that is flying through space at 55,000 miles an hour.
Magnetic field and gravitational field are its own things.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, let's push this a different route. So, have you ever noticed that the sun gets to be different angles throughout the day?
Yes.
So, there's an experiment you can do yourself to see how far north or south you are if you go on the longest day or the shortest day of the year, the equinoxes, and measure the angle of the sun on those days at noon. And you can figure out how far north or south you are based on that.
Is anybody else hearing that like
only
thumping noise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that coming from Michael?
It must
be. It's like every time he talks.
Kind of like it sounds like you're beating a drum or something.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to figure it out though. Keep talking.
I'm just saying that only works if you have a curved surface from which the sun is shining on you. So, because of that, the Earth must be curved.
Yeah, when you go off into the horizon, like things disappear because it's curved.
If they get farther away too. You can't see, whatever if it's so far away.
Yeah, but if you're on a boat, as it goes over the horizon, you can still see
Michael,
the mast,
we have to figure out what the hell's going on with your speaker. All I'm hearing is like drums, and I don't know what that would be. I don't get it because I didn't hear any of that until just now. They're like when we started the actual recording.
It's Haley's fault.
Probably.
It happened right when she got here.
Everyone else blames me too. It's okay.
You get it figured out?
But I have no idea. I don't know what I
did. Weird.
I'm also technologically impaired. It's
almost That's like fair. I am too.
Wait a second.
Okay.
My headphones aren't working at all right now.
Where were we before the drums?
He was telling us something.
We were proving the Earth is round.
Flat.
Michael's concentrating really hard.
Is everyone else frozen?
No.
Oh.
Just Michael. He's working on it. He'll get there.
See, this is why your videos always seem so long.
Why?
Because
honestly, so far the first 3 I've edited down to about 20 minutes each. Like they're almost spot on with each one. And I didn't try to do that. I just cut out what wasn't necessary, and that was about it. So far we've been doing good there.
That's good.
Yeah.
I am so confused. My StreamYards is glitching out.
You want to try backing out and then joining back in?
Yeah, I'll try refreshing.
All right.
I didn't want this to be a long night.
Well, Sarah's got to work in the morning.
Some people have to work tomorrow.
You shouldn't be complaining, Haley.
I just really hurt, okay?
Do you guys know what the most dangerous kind of canoe is?
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
What?
Volcanoes. Volcanoes, but it's spelled canoes. It's volcanoes. I make myself.
Hello.
Hi,
You're
Michael.
in the wrong corner.
That's too bad. Much better.
Is that better? There we go.
Perfect.
Back to the flat earth and the
drum beat?
round earth.
No.
No.
Good.
Not yet. Give it time.
Anyway, my point was that ships going over the horizon, you can still see the sails, but not the bottom of the ship. If it was just getting smaller, you would slowly disappear all at the same time.
Yes.
You know there are waves in the ocean, though.
So
maybe it's just the waves. Farther it gets, smaller it's going to get, and the waves just blocking it.
You sound really dumb right now.
Those are some big waves you got there, farmer.
I've seen some big waves, all right? I've seen some big ones. So clearly you guys believe the Earth is round.
All of the other planets are round.
Are you sure?
Why would Earth be
Are
any
they?
different?
They're circular. They're circular. How do you know there are other planets?
You can see them in the night sky.
On the dome? From the projectors? So.
That's why we're in debt, because we spend money on big projectors.
No, we spend it on birds.
Okay.
That's my favorite conspiracy theory.
You ever see a baby pigeon? No, because there aren't any.
They're all robots controlled by the government.
Well, yeah. Birds died out in what, like 1980 something? All replaced by government drone-looking things. So we've established the Earth is flat.
See, I also liked when you would say like how we're in that dome thing, and then like there's stars, but it's the holes in it so we can breathe or whatever.
Yeah.
You just have a lack of trust.
If the Earth is round, the moon is actually a moon and not just the light shining on the dome. So we are circling the sun in a year. We go around the sun in a year, right? Our whole solar system or whatever is shooting through space at 55,000 miles per hour. Is that something like that? I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what I thought. I read somewhere.
You're probably right.
Facts don't matter.
No one listens to this podcast anyway.
Not yet. We'll blow up eventually. So, with all that being said, that's what science tells us, or the government, depending on who you want to believe. How is it that the moon going through space that fast, we're going through space that fast, circling the sun all at the same time, and yet the same side of the moon is always facing us? That never changes.
Do you want an actual answer to that?
I
'Cause
want
there's
what
an-
you believe, yes.
Which would be the truth? Would you like that? Or
I
are you
want
just
what you
gonna...
believe, Michael. I'm going to
So,
see if I can poke holes in your truth.
have you ever noticed that there's this thing called the tide? Every time the Earth spins, the tide goes up and the tide goes down. And
Yeah.
that time depends on the moon, right?
Yep.
If so, that tidal force steals energy away from the moon's rotation, if it still had any. The tide still happens as it's orbiting, but it also, or let me rephrase that. The same effect happened similar to the moon, and that tidal locking stopped the moon's rotation to be in sync with ours. It wasn't that it happened to be, it's that it locked in because of Earth's gravity.
Correct.
Which is the same reason that
So,
the days are actually getting slightly longer over long periods of time, because the same effect happens with the Earth and the sun.
You can't poke holes in that, Roger.
How do days get longer? I know, like, my grandpa figures that all out too. Like, he writes down times, but isn't it the same seconds and stuff?
so every
What do you
time we
mean
go
by that?
around the sun, every 4 years we add a day. So yeah, a leap year. We add a day.
Yeah.
So every 4 years we add a day, but every 100 years we have to add another day or subtract a day.
We
Something
don't
like that.
add a day every 100 years, but
We're
every
supposed
400
to.
years we add a day anyway.
That may be.
The reason for that is because a year and a day are independent times. They don't matter to each other. It's just that it happens to fall close to 365. But then, because the timing is off just a little bit, we add or subtract days just to try and keep it close.
Makes sense for a round earther.
Yeah. How does your flat Earth explain
Which
these
is
things?
what you are, Roger. You're just lying to Haley.
No, he's got my
know.
back.
That might be. That might be. So, going a little off track with this, because clearly it's flat Earth, but do you guys know what the Devil's Tower is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Anybody? Everybody?
Yes.
So it's like a mountain thing in
refresh my
Wyoming.
memory.
It's right there. Do you see it? Do you see the shared screen?
Give me a second.
Yeah, but our listeners won't be able to see it.
Well, they can look up
This
what
is
Devil's
not
Tower
a
is, but they
reputable
don't know
source,
what
is
it is.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, we can't trust Wiki. And
My
this
It
is
is
cousin
Wikipedia.
edits
I just used it for the
Wikipedia.
picture.
I'm confused as
I
to how
trust
this
it 100%.
deals with flat Earth.
So, it doesn't, technically. This theory is that there used to be giant fucking trees on the planet, and this is a stump left over from said trees. So
Oh,
there's
we were
this
talking
one,
about
and then I
this.
found,
But it says it's composed of
Yeah.
igneous rock.
and then there's this one. Hang on, I'm not done. I'm getting there. So then there's this Mount Roraima, 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 and that's in the Brazilish area, which is also similar to where it's a giant rock that's just sticking out of the ground. The theory is giant trees used to cover the planet, and then all that's left now are tree stumps. Come at this with like an open mind. Like say there's a big government cover up where they have, figured out that this is petrified tree stump or whatever. And they're just saying it's, rock so that people don't dig into it farther. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
The government is incompetent. Do you really think they could hide this?
I don't trust the government. That is my issue, is I don't
Me
trust
either.
the government at all. I don't think they're telling us the truth on a lot of things. So being open-minded, do I actually think this is a giant tree stump? No. Would it be really fucking cool if it was? And there's like this whole part of the world that we don't even know about because of some weird cover-up. I think that would be awesome. So I'm not sure where I was gonna go with this, but yeah, there's
that would be cool.
It usually goes along with the flat Earth. There's different theories there.
So are there rings on top of the mountain to tell how old the tree was?
I didn't look at pictures that closely, but I don't know.
It's the hallmark of a true conspiracy theorist. You don't look at anything closer.
No, I am strictly going off of what would be cool if it was actually true. I've heard these theories before. I have done very little research on them. I just think they'd be cool if it was actually true.
It looks like it could be true.
It looks like it could be cool.
A tree stump. Yeah, it looks like it could be a giant tree stump. There was one I saw a while back, and I saw it in a picture, and I kept scrolling and never went back to it. It was something similar to this, but it did look like tree rings on it, the giant rock formation. I wish I would have figured out which one that was. And that would raise up the question, like, if there were these giant trees, and this is a tree stump that's left, like, what happened to the rest of the tree? I think that's the biggest...
Made it into all our little
Space
trees.
lumberjacks came and harvested all of the trees.
Lumberjacks. That's for a different podcast. That's a different episode. The alien. You guys are kind of religious, right? A lot more than I am.
Yes.
So do you guys believe that the Great Flood happened?
Yes.
Haley, Michael?
What's the Great Flood?
Noah's
Ark.
It rained.
How do you
40 days
not
and
know
40
that?
nights.
Because no one's ever called it that before. I just know it as Noah's Ark.
I'm pretty sure it says that in the Bible.
I believe it.
I don't know.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of evidence that there's flooding in Mesopotamia, the area where the Bible would have been written.
Yep.
Great flooding there. But I have trouble figuring out what in Genesis is all literal and what is metaphorical and what is, you know what I mean?
Yes. So, going back to Flat Earth, what if a lot of this was God's doing? Like the giant tree stumps. What if God realized that the trees were too big or too big of danger for humans? So he ended up cutting them down, taking them away. What if a big flood is also what killed the dinosaurs and buried them under layers and layers of rocks? And I know science says that this rock is, 300 million years old. And as cool of a theory as that is, that's still just a theory. When we say something is yay many years old, we're guessing. We have no actual proof of it.
Speak for yourself. I have proof that I'm 26 years old.
Do you?
That's right on my birth certificate.
Oh, maybe your parents found you when you were 1 year old and created one then.
I didn't say it was irrefutable proof. I just said it was proof.
Right. And that's what I like to think about. Is just how could all of this be connected? Like, I like rolling theories together.
That's why us flat earthers have to stick together. I like your thinking.
Exactly.
That way you don't fall over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad you brought that up, Michael. Hang on. Get ready for this. Ta-da!
What the heck is this?
What am I looking at?
So this is a flat Earth map that I had found. And I think it's cool because if you look in the center, probably pretty small for you guys to look. In the center of this map is what we know as our world. You got North America, South America, everything. On the outside of there, beyond that, are more continents with another outer wall beyond that, with more continents beyond that, and then larger walls past that. So everything's like a circle inside of a circle inside of a circle.
So if you get up on a really high tower, can you see all of that?
No, it's too far away.
But if you have line of sight on it,
Our
you should be
eyesight's
able to
good.
see it.
Our eyesight is only, well, no, because the Great Ice Wall is, I don't remember how many.
So can you see the
feet
Great
or-
Ice Wall?
No, it's too far away. Our eyesight is not that good.
That's not how sight
And
works.
And just because it's flat doesn't mean there aren't hills and valleys and all that. And I want to make a disclaimer. Do I actually believe the Earth looks like this? No. Would it be fucking really cool if it did? Yes. Like, can you imagine, like, the government just, hey, we've actually been lying to you. Like, there are other continents beyond the Great Ice Wall. Like, how would you process that? Like, I know you guys don't believe, but let's say the government did come out and be like, hey, there are these other continents beyond. Like, how would you take that?
I would not believe them because the government are liars.
I agree with you 100%. Because they say the Earth is round.
So if they said it was flat, would you think it was round?
Yes, 100%. I don't trust the government. That is my biggest thing. Is I don't trust anything they say. I don't trust anything they do. I think they are out for themselves, and there are massive cover-ups to help out
people.
the elites. Yeah, I mean, look at the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like, we haven't heard anything on that, and there were so many people involved with that.
I will have to agree with Farmer on this one.
Right? So, yeah, I don't trust the government. Do I think the Earth is flat? I don't give a shit either way. I love theories like this. I like what people come up with. I think it's very interesting, and I think it's fun to. I look at it like the Lord of the Rings or whatever, like fantasy type world thing that people come up with. But I think it would be cool if it was true. Does anybody else have any comments?
No.
Anything else they want to bring up? Haley?
No.
Michael?
He's thinking.
I am. I had
He
a
is.
thought, and then I lost it, and it will not come back to me. So no, I don't have anything.
All right. I think we're going to end the episode there. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is where you guys say bye.
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 Bye.